we exist not just for ourselves, but to complete the stories of those around us. And so if we are unable to help them tell that story, then we may not have fulfilled so much purpose. So just go out there, do it. My name is Oluwadamisola Adeyinka. I am from Lagos State. I am 27 years old, and I am a scriptwriter. Before TAFTA, I was what we call a small-time scriptwriter. We just write scripts for maybe my church, and my friend maybe wants to do a shoot, and then we just come up with a script. So I was just scrolling through the internet, and I was so interested in bettering my skill. So I said, let me just search for scriptwriting opportunities, and then I found TAFTA, and then I used to follow Austin Peters. I mean, when you have an opportunity to learn something that you're already interested in, and it is free, you jump at it. I think it was post-COVID, so everybody was still skeptical about moving around, and it was online. All of it was online. It was quite difficult because I had to make sure that I had laptop, I had to make sure that I had internet, I had to make sure that I had light. So that part of it was kind of difficult. A lot of producers would naturally just say, well, this script is too expensive, or this script is not well, deep. So that posed a challenge. I felt like my talent wasn't enough. I felt like I wasn't doing enough research, and that was a huge challenge for me. Because we were taught entrepreneurial skill, entrepreneurial skill that we learned gave a bit more confidence. So after you've written your script, there is now a bit of confidence in pushing that script out. So after that course, I went on a scriptwriting rampage. I began to submit my scripts to, even Studio 32. I began to submit my scripts. I began to push my scripts out there, and that confidence that I learned in the skill that I gained was just it for me, majorly. I have done, I think, 4 productions, 3 of them for my church, 1 personal. I've done several films, and I've written for major companies. I've written, short scripts for major companies. I've written projects for even advertising companies. I've written projects for them. I've written for a sports gazette. So the fact that I learned these skills also allowed me to, put myself in a position where I can demand for my charge. So it was worth it. For my NYSC, I taught in school, and during that time, I used my scriptwriting skill, I used my acting skill, I used my teaching skill. I'd learned a lot of that from TAFTA and also from other aspects. I used it to, gather interest in the arts for children, and I felt like there was a gap there, and I said I needed to cover that gap. There's no limit to what your mind can do. If there is no limit to what you can imagine, then there is no limit to what you can actually put out. My favorite quote in life is, if you say you can, you can. If you say you can't, you are right. So it all boils down to your own perspective. Do you feel like you can? So my ultimate advice is that just get it done, especially if you have opportunities that are open to you for free. TAFTA is free, backed by MasterCard Foundation. So there's no limit to what you can achieve when the resource is there. The Bible says people perish for lack of knowledge. Now you have access to that knowledge, so don't perish. Just do it.